Hey guys, this is Consumer Compute with an unboxing of T-Mobile's REVVL 6X Pro. It's a branded phone. You can pick it up at either T-Mobile or Metro by T-Mobile for outright paying price of $230, or you may be able to get this phone free depending on what type of deal they have. All right, let's get started with some of the specs of this phone. I put them in the video. As you can see, I'm just not going to read them. But pretty much it's got same processor last year, same screen as last year, same configuration as last year, as well as same cameras. The big difference here is that the storage has been bumped up to 256 gigabytes. And it has wireless charging. All right, let's get started with the unboxing. We have a T-Mobile branded box with the color of the year, magenta. And you can see the T-Mobile logo and REVVL down on the bottom of the box. And if we continue to move on the side of the box, we still got that brand, the T-Mobile REVVL 6X Pro 5G. And then we can move to the back of the box, and you'll see all the regulations as well as some of the specs on the back of the phone box itself. All right, let's get on to removing the box's cover jacket. And as we're going here, we have inside the box itself a magenta colored box. And inside that magenta colored box, we have our paperwork as well as a USB-C charging cord and no charging brick in this box. All right, so let's move on. Let's get rid of all this stuff and take the phone out of the box. And what we find underneath the box is the SIM ejector tool. And what we see on the bottom of the phone is a mono speaker as well as a USB-C port, microphone, and headphone jack. And if we go on the corner of the phone, you can see the SIM tray. And we can also see another microphone on top of the phone. And on the other side of the phone, we have our volume up and down button, as well as our power button and fingerprint reader. The button that's in magenta color is your fingerprint and power button. Now, if we eject the SIM tray, you can see where there's a slot for your SIM card, as well as your SD card. Quick observation, this phone is pretty hefty. All right, the screen itself is almost about 7 inches. I'm just gonna power the device on, and we're just gonna watch it boot up. One thing I do notice is really look at this screen and the lighting that I have, and man, this screen definitely blooms. Screen blooming pretty much means you can see the white edges at the bottom. Doesn't really mean that the screen quality isn't that well. Again, we're talking about a budget device, which is roughly about $200. In my personal notes, I would say that I think this phone is kind of a little highly priced, only because even if you get this phone at, like, say, T-Mobile or Metro by T-Mobile, they may charge you an activation fee, and that adds like another $35 towards this phone, as well as if you live in a state that charges state tax. You may end up, as of like me, I paid roughly about $65 plus, shipping charges, because I wanted to get this next day here for this phone, added on. Luckily, I did pretty much trade in another device. So in theory, the phone's free, but I did have to pay something. As you're looking here, I'm just going through the fingerprint sensor. I have to say this fingerprint sensor is pretty quick. Just setting that up through this process was not as painful as it looks. And again, I have to say that the fingerprint sensor on the phone is definitely a quick fingerprint sensor. Oh, so one quick little thing, if you notice, the tap to screen doesn't work from right out of the box. You have to go into the settings and actually turn that on. But if you notice, the phone itself is pretty responsive. It's running Android 13.0, and I believe it's on the, as we're looking over here, we can take a look. Yeah, it looks like it's on the June security patch update. So again, the phone is fairly new. It's running the most updated Android operating system, and it seems like it's due for a security patch. Not too sure when we'll get that. Again, we're looking here. It's got 256 gigabytes of storage. I'm just, setting the phone up in my way. So I really haven't had too much time to look at this phone. I think this is probably about 4 hours owning the phone. Still have to go through setting it up and, updating stuff if there is any updates. And, I'll get back to you guys with another video on the cameras itself and how it runs for this budget phone. And if you guys have stuck with me this long, I do appreciate your time, and hopefully you'll give a thumbs up on the video, as well as if you like the content that I produce, hit the subscribe button on that. I'm gonna end this, and this was the unboxing and my first look at T-Mobile's REVVL 6X Pro 5G. And only my opinion, save yourself like $30 and buy the REVVL 6 Pro without the X. It seems like it's the same phone, just more storage. Leave comments down below and tell me maybe I'm wrong. For that, again, this is Consumer Compute. And stay tuned for another video once I actually have some time to look at this device and, give you my real impressions of it and, tell you if this is worth the $230. And thank you for sticking through till the end of this video.